We begin with a breaking news alert. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Special Middle East Envoy Steve Witkoff are heading to Israel this week. Their mission? To push forward Phase 2 of the Gaza ceasefire deal. This high-stakes trip comes at a perilous moment. Israel is accusing Hamas of violating the agreement overnight, claiming they attacked Israeli troops inside the Gaza Strip. We've seen videos showing plumes of smoke rising near the Gaza border this very morning. Adding to the tension, the State Department has issued a warning about credible reports that Hamas might break the peace with a planned attack, not just on Israeli targets, but on Palestinian civilians as well. At the heart of all this are the hostages. The U.S. and Israel are making a major push to bring home the bodies of the 16 hostages still being held in Gaza. It's a humanitarian crisis as much as a geopolitical one. The families of those hostages are desperate. They've sent a letter to Vance and Witkoff, expressing a heartbreaking fear. We fear our loved ones will be forgotten, and their fate will remain unknown for decades, or even forever. Just overnight, Israel received 2 more bodies, now identified, but the fate of the remaining 16 is a constant, agonizing fear. Now, Phase 2 of the peace plan was always going to be the bigger challenge. Vice President Vance has expressed optimism that this could be the beginning of a new chapter, a path to long-lasting peace. But that path is shaking right now. President Trump's administration has long championed this ceasefire, which was achieved largely through what they call maximum pressure on Hamas. The threat was clear. If Hamas didn't come to the table, Israel would be unleashed in Gaza. The big problem now is that we're seeing Hamas potentially revert to form, not honoring a ceasefire agreement. And this follows a separate, very inflammatory incident. Israel killed a Palestinian family near the so-called Yellow Line, the internal line dividing Israeli and Hamas-controlled territory in Gaza. While Israeli forces say the vehicle posed an imminent threat after crossing the line, the loss of life, including children, is incredibly inflammatory. It all adds up to a situation where things could blow up again, as one analyst put it. Prime Minister Netanyahu has already instructed the IDF to act forcefully against terror targets in the Gaza Strip in response to the reported Hamas violations. There are also massive concerns over humanitarian aid. While aid is flowing, aid groups have repeatedly cited the major problem of Hamas having a history of stealing or diverting that aid to control the population. This points to a fundamental issue. Hamas is not acting in good faith to represent the Palestinian people's interests. It is a deeply complicated, incredibly fragile situation. The question is, can the diplomatic push by Vice President Vance and Envoy Witkoff hold the line long enough to transition into a new, more peaceful chapter? Or is this ceasefire doomed to spiral in the wrong direction?